Hey y'all, it is February the 5th, or now it's actually the 6th, 2019. And sometimes I get a little bit lost in things, so I haven't been posting anything substantial for a couple days. Alright, but I was on a break right now, and so I have a little bit of time I want to share with y'all. And I was checking out, of course, a legend in the game. Alright, don't get it mistaken. Anaconda Malt Liquor. Alright, and I was checking out his recent video. Put a like on it. Why not? But he was sharing, now, he's one of many, but he's unique. And I like his style. One of many people who are calling out things all over the place and deeming them as hoaxes and 100% hoaxes. And like I said, I enjoy this sort of thing. And I subscribe to a number of people who do this sort of thing. All right. That being said, in this latest video, it's called A Most Unbelievable Story. It's talking about in Mexico. And then there's an article by Daily Mail. And just to cut a long story short, you might, let's see, we can see footage. Look at this footage of this lady. She's going to get attacked by these dogs.
Death by wild savage dogs is actually out playing with them. She's got a dog toy in her right hand, a big pink ball on the end, and there's also something in her right hand. And look how she's swinging it. If you look at the dog's behaviour and where their eyes are focused, it's on the toys, not her. And if those dogs were trying to savage her and bring her down, she would not have been able to run that far. They'd be nipping at her legs, they'd be biting her arms and hands. That's totally illogical. And apart from that, the fact that she's got a dog toys in her hand, have a look at the posture of the dogs. It's playful posture. They're having a great old time. I'll tell you what, let's go back to screen recorder and we'll go through YouTube and have a look at some dogs playing, and we'll compare postures.
All right.
Thing. So I don't know.
All right, I accidentally cut it off, but I want to stop the video right there just because, I have a time constraint. And then I want to point this out. Now, this is video, and later on, I suggest you go to the video. I'm going to leave a link below to the whole thing. But later on in the video, he actually has a couple different people who also made videos about this particular incident in Mexico that took place, and lady got ate up by all these dogs. All right. Now, all three of the people in the video are talking about this situation as a 100% hoax, all right, that's being portrayed upon the public. That being said, I know nothing about this situation. I only came across it because Anaconda Malt Liquor showed me it, all right? I know nothing about it, but this is what I can tell you. Well, first of all, this is a question that I'm going to pose. And it's the most important point, why would people make up this story? All right, I'm not saying that they didn't make it up, but I am saying that people always have a motivation, for sure. They always have a motivation, especially when it comes to things of this nature and stuff. Why would they be making it up? It's actually a very good question to think about, all right, because there could be motivation behind the story. But I got to let you know that I have no clue what that would be, all right? Would they be trying to convince people there's a wild dog problem in parts of Mexico? That might be their motivation. But the thing is, I'm here to tell you, I've never been in Mexico, but I've been real close. And wild dogs probably is a problem in various parts of Mexico. It's very likely. Now, just to be real brief, Anaconda, he pointed out, and like I said, he's one of my favorite, man. It's no disrespect, but he pointed out that this lady had a dog toy, what looked like a dog toy in her hand. If you go and check it out, you might take a closer look at it. And it looks like a dog toy. Now, the thing is, it could be a dog toy. I don't know if she carries around dog toys with her, but I can tell you this, just to share a brief story with y'all. I knew a guy, and this was several years ago, back when they were installing smart meters all over San Antonio, Texas. And he was one of those installers who would go back in people's backyards and go ahead and install a smart meter for them. And actually the policy was if those people weren't home, or you know what I'm saying, like that, if they weren't present, the people would go into the backyards of people and they would install the smart meters anyways. All right, there's a whole thing all across San Antonio. Right, so as you can imagine, a lot of people have dogs and stuff, and so that became a very big problem. And as well, people have guns, and they don't like people coming and sneaking in their backyard, so that actually was a big problem too. And the guy who was telling me about this, his experience with people with guns and people with dogs, and he's saying, you know, it's kind of dangerous. And what they would do, he even showed me the thing, is the people installing the smart meters, they wouldn't be allowed to pepper spray the dogs or anything like that, which some people do for protection against dogs. They wouldn't be allowed to because maybe the chance that it would like hurt the dog, or maybe it would somehow hit a kid in the backyard or something like that, they weren't allowed to. So they gave him these little batons, and at the end of the baton was a tennis ball. All right, and it looked very similar to what this lady had, actually. I'm not saying that's what it was, but I'm saying it looked very, very similar to what this lady had. It's just a small stick with a tennis ball at the end. Basically, the smart meter people told all the installers, they said, hey, you need to fend off a dog, you'll do it with this small stick with the tennis ball at the end and stuff like that. Turned out that does not work. It's very inefficient. Doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying that's what this lady had, but I am saying it looked just like it. Perhaps that's what she had. Perhaps there's like a certain weapons restrictions in her particular area in Mexico, because that does happen. All right. And perhaps she had this little dog weapon, or what she thought was a dog weapon. Turned out, no, that's not a dog weapon, because dogs are just going to think that's a toy or something, and they might even attack it. All right. So I don't know if it was a real situation or if it was a fake situation, but I can tell you that dogs of that stature in this particular video, all right, if you go back, I don't know if you go back. See this? Okay, perhaps rabid dogs would be ravaging her in that moment, but I do want to point out that these dogs are actually kind of small in stature. You know, they might all be kind of timid. They might all be kind of cowardly, to be honest. But the thing is, hypothetically, if they were in a gang of dogs, they would eventually wear down their opponent by attacking from all angles and just kind of easing in. And I don't know if this is a real thing that happened or if it wasn't. But if it was dogs of that size attacking that lady, they probably would look like that. They probably would be kind of timid until eventually one of them, you know, saying off camera. Here's the thing. Like I said, the biggest point is why. Who's making it up? Why are they making it up? Because they'll definitely have a reason. When you think about things like Parkland and stuff, there's specific reasons. It's not a question after a while why they would make this up if in fact they did make it. All right, I just wanted to point that out. Why would they make this up? I would enjoy some answers, because I know that, you know, people probably do have their theories and stuff. I know a lot of people were talking about this. Anyways, I appreciate all y'all, and I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.